Hi, welcome to the latest edition of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host, Chris. Hope it's good where you are. It is, what are we, mid-July, and it is currently absolutely boiling here in the UK. I mean, boiling for us. I know if you're watching up in North America, I know you've had some atrocious weather over there, absolutely boiling hot as well. But obviously us Brits don't cope very well with the heat. I imagine this is probably going to last a couple more days before it starts raining again. But yeah, so I'm recording this episode slightly earlier than normal, so it's not quite as hot though. I've left the windows open. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue with the noise. My plan is to spend the rest of the day sitting in the garden, drinking, reading a book, and dipping my feet in the paddling pool. So Eden Hellboy has joined us. It's so hot, he's crawled out of hell to come and see what's going on. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, that would help us out a great deal. Let's get straight on with what is the obligatory Indiana Jones 5 news. Interesting news this week, some casting news. Antonio Banderas has been announced, and he tweeted it, that he's joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5. Obviously, they're already into production, so I don't imagine it's a massive role, but always good to see. Do like Antonio Banderas. He's got comedy chops and he's got the action chops, so regardless of what role we see him in, that would be great. Interesting, there's still been no official announcement of Toby Jones being cast, yet he's like one of the first people we saw when they were filming up at the castle, and all the shots were of him in Indy. But yes, they've still not announced he's actually in it. There's been the usual, I mentioned it last week, Glasgow has been all set dressed to look like New York in the 60s during a parade, and this week Phoebe Waller-Bridge was spotted on set, and also obviously Harrison Ford is still injured, so I think it was his stunt double, been riding a horse through the parade. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on there. Other news this week: Kingdom, the absolutely fantastic Korean period zombie film. Series. 2 seasons of it on Netflix. Absolutely fantastic. Looks gorgeous. I know people are sometimes worn out on zombies, but it's absolutely fantastic. I recommend, if you've not seen it, give it a go. It's getting a special called Kingdom Ashen of the North. It's a 92-minute special episode, it says, so effectively a feature length. 23rd of July, that is coming to Netflix. I don't know if there is a trailer for it. If there is, I'll drop a link, obviously in the description below, like normal. But I don't think there was a trailer. I think it might just have been an announcement. But that is, check out Kingdom. Absolutely fantastic. Lots of whatever the equivalent of Korean samurais are. Lots of sword action against zombies that turn out to not be don't quite operate how you think they do. Also this week, Mandalorian Season 2, they've announced they're doing a special episode of the Disney Gallery, the making ofs that they always bring out after these shows have aired. It's basically all about the making of the finale, where Luke Skywalker turns up. Obviously, they sort of keep all that secret. They didn't sort of release any of that and none of the behind-the-scenes making of. But that is now coming 25th of August. That will be there. I think they're usually about 25 minutes, something like that. So as it's just focused on the one episode, might even be shorter, but that'd be interesting to see. Loki Season 2 finished this week, which I really enjoyed. I won't go into too many spoilers at the mo, just to say, for once, Marvel sort of didn't do what they didn't give in to their worst habits, where it just becomes a big CG slugfest at the end. Actually, sort of not much action at all. Kept it quite wordy. But it did announce it wasn't so much an end credit scene as literally just it said that Loki Season 2 would be coming. Who knows when? They've got a pretty packed slate at the moment, loads of stuff coming up, but I'll come back to Loki in a minute. There'll be some spoilers in that and Black Widow, so just to discuss a few points. Also this week, the trailer for Turning Red. I will definitely put the link below in the description. It's the new Pixar film coming next spring 2022. Teaser trailers for Pixar, they always just give you, they're very short, just give you a little flavour, don't give you any story details, anything like that. But it is basically, what if the Hulk, what if Bruce Banner was a schoolgirl, and what if when he got stressed and angry and hulked out, instead of turning into the giant green monster that we know, turned into a giant fluffy red panda. And that's as much as we know. That's the gist you get from the teaser trailer. Obviously, it's Pixar. It looks fantastic. Yeah, it's a crazy idea. So looking forward to that. So that's not till next spring. That'll be interesting. Also, the teaser trailer, which I'll again put a link below for What We Do in the Shadows, season 3. Which is the originally it was the movie that Taika Waititi featuring him and Jermaine Clement. That obviously span off into a TV show. Obviously, the movie was vampires in New Zealand. TV show is vampires in, is it Brooklyn? They're in somewhere in New York. I think it's Brooklyn. Absolutely fantastic, hilarious. Season 3 is coming September the 2nd on FX. So I'm not sure. I know the original seasons were shown on terrestrial telly here. And now that we've got Disney Plus and it's got Star and Hulu's attached to that, I'm not entirely sure what that will be on, but that will be hitting say September the 2nd. That is. Also, talking of Taika Waititi, teaser trailer, which I'll again put below, for Free Guy, which is the new film with Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi's in it. As the bad guy, I think Jodie Comer, Villanelle herself from Killing Eve, is also in it, where Ryan Reynolds finds out that he's actually a character in a computer game. It's directed by Sean Levy, that did the Night in the Museum films, Real Steel, and some episodes of Stranger Things. Yeah, but I'll put the link to the trailer below. But it's a reaction. It's the trailer, but it's Deadpool and Korg from Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously played by Taika Waititi, reacting to that. So yeah, it's quite interesting. It's the first time we've seen Deadpool, acknowledging the MCU, as it were, or the MCU acknowledging him. Obviously, it's only a parody trailer type thing, but interesting to see whether or not they will incorporate him into the MCU, as is rumored later. And that's about it for news this week. Just going back slightly to Loki season 2, and so a bit spoilery now if you've not seen the Loki yet or Black Widow. Fast forward this bit, but very interesting to note how that Marvel are not just these TV shows are not just sort of supplemental to the movies. They sort of put their stamp on it this week. Have how much an integral part of the continuity going forward. Obviously, Black Widow, as I mentioned last week, finishes with the end scene where Yelena is given the target of Hawkeye, and obviously you've got the Hawkeye TV series coming up later in the year, which she is in. So obviously, you're going to really have to have seen Black Widow to know really what's going on there. And then this week, obviously, Loki dropped a massive sort of bombshell. I say Loki episode, excuse the pun, with not a lot of action, but the sort of ramifications for the MCU going forward, with the creation of the multiverses. We're introducing Kang, not actually mentioning his name, but obviously saying that he's a conqueror. But we know obviously he's played by the guy that we know is playing Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and we know that going forward, Spidey, No Way Home, and the next Doctor Strange and Multiverse Madness, obviously this whole next phase of the MCU is all about the multiverse. And obviously Loki season 2 sets this up, of how all these multiverses have now been created, and how Kang the Conqueror, presumably multiple versions of him, we're going to get as the bad guy, which is fantastic. But really tying in the TV shows to the movies. So good stuff on that. So it's great to see a massive continuity across all the media. That's about it for me today. Not really any reviews. Haven't really had a chance to watch much. The weather's been lovely, so I've been out and about. Also, I will say, obviously, Loki, yes, I absolutely enjoyed it. I would say probably WandaVision's my favourite, then Loki, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I still enjoyed, but it was quite much more conventional. I think it would have been interesting to see, had that have come out first like it should have done, whether or not it would have been perceived. It seems to be perceived as probably the weakest of the three by a lot of people. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see, had that come out first, would that change people's opinion on it? But we'll never know. But yeah, I'm going to go and enjoy the sun. I hope the light hasn't bounced off my sweaty butts too much for you. Take it easy. Say like and subscribe if you could. That'd be fantastic. Until next time, eat geek and be merry.